Apparently HS Tiki Taki said he can steal my wife.
Oh my god, hell no.
So you don't think that dork could get it?
Hell no, never. Not even on his best day.
Didn't you meet him in person in Dubai?
Yeah.
Instructions to VE Larry Wheels just got hit with something way worse than a failed deadlift. A cheating wife, leaving him furious.
It has to be somebody who looks like you, so maybe we get sperm from The Rock.
We're talking about his wife wanting a baby with The Rock and blushing over Rampage Jackson. Sadly, the internet was invited with their now viral clips. Here's what went down. Larry Wheels' wife admits attraction to other men and no prenup. In early February 2026, Larry Wheels found himself in the middle of a firestorm he never saw coming, and it all played out live on camera for the whole world to see. The powerlifting legend was doing what he does best, streaming on Kick, talking to fans, and keeping things real. But then his wife, Shayla Djokovic, joined the conversation. What happened next sent shockwaves through the fitness community and beyond. It started during a candid discussion about family planning. Larry had been open about something very personal. His long years of steroid use had left him infertile. This was not news to his fans. He had talked about it before. But what his wife said next was something nobody expected.
It has to be somebody who looks like you, so maybe we get sperm from The Rock.
I'm a fan of The Rock, but no.
Well, what's wrong? Like, if you're infertile, he just can be a donor, not actually doing anything.
Djokovic suggested using Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson as a sperm donor for their future children. She did not just throw the name out there as a joke and move on. She actually explained her reasoning. She talked about The Rock's physique, his genetics, and his overall appeal. She framed him as an ideal choice for donor material.
Somebody that resembles you.
I'd have a hard time raising someone else's kid. I don't care who it is, even in The Rock.
The exact words she used, according to clips that spread across the internet, went something like this. She said maybe they could get sperm from The Rock. She asked what was wrong with that. She pointed out that if Larry was infertile, The Rock could just be a donor without actually doing anything. And she kept going from there. Larry's face told the whole story. He looked visibly upset, emotional, and frustrated. Viewers who watched the stream described his expression as a mix of hurt, embarrassment, shock, and anger. He seemed caught off guard by how specific she was being. His body language showed tension. Some clips show him looking down or pulling back from the conversation. He did not respond playfully. The discomfort was written all over him. This was not just some random comment. This hit Larry where it hurt the most. His infertility came from choices he made during his bodybuilding career, choices he has said he regrets. And here was his wife, on camera, in front of thousands of viewers, suggesting another man's genetics would be better for their kids. The clip exploded across X, Instagram, and TikTok. It racked up millions of views and thousands of comments. Many called it disrespectful, insensitive, and emasculating. People used phrases like Larry cuck wheels and predicted she would leave him soon. Some joked that it was bold to assume The Rock was not infertile too, given his own rumored steroid history. Others said the comment crossed a serious line, but this was not the only incident that had fans talking. Just days before the sperm donor comment, another livestream moment had already put Larry and Djokovic in the spotlight. During a workout stream featuring Larry and MMA legend Quinton Rampage Jackson, Djokovic made a brief appearance on camera. She walked into the frame, stood with her arms behind her back, and started playing with her hair. She gave Rampage a lingering glance as she walked away. The whole thing lasted maybe 10 to 15 seconds. She did not say a word, but her body language set the internet on fire. Rampage, to his credit, avoided direct eye contact and kept his focus elsewhere. Fans praised him for following what they called bro code, but the damage was already done. People clipped the moment and shared it everywhere. Comments piled up, accusing Djokovic of flirting with Rampage right in front of her husband. Larry had to address it. In a follow-up stream, Djokovic joined him to respond to all the chatter. She said she was fully zoned out during that moment. She found the online reactions funny. When asked directly about Rampage, she described him as very nice and entertaining, but she said he was not her type. She explained that she does not like older men since Rampage is in his mid-40s. She prefers men her age or slightly younger.
I mean, he's fine, but no, he's not my type, for sure not. He was very nice and entertaining, but in that particular clip where I'm like touching my hair, you can tell I'm like fully zoned out, and it was just funny. But yeah, I
noticed that.
Then she said something that made things worse. She admitted she can find other people attractive. She said if she finds somebody attractive, then yes, she can acknowledge somebody looks good. She framed it as a harmless observation, but Larry did not look like he agreed. Throughout the whole exchange, Larry gave her what fans described as a death stare. He looked increasingly upset. His face showed pain, nervousness, and something that looked a lot like betrayal. At one point, he seemed to walk out midstream. The clips spread everywhere with memes overlaying sad faces on Larry. Fan reactions were overwhelmingly negative. negative toward Djokovic. People called it a huge red flag. Comments flooded in saying things like, "Bro run, it is over, and pray for Larry." Some said she thinks she is the prize. Others predicted the relationship was cooked and told Larry they would see him back in the gym. Some fans defended her honesty. They said it was just real talk and that everyone finds other people attractive sometimes, but those voices were in the minority. Most people saw her comments as a pattern of disrespect, especially when combined with something else Larry had revealed. Larry admitted in a Kick livestream that he did not have Djokovic sign a prenuptial agreement. Despite being a multimillionaire from bodybuilding fame, supplement businesses, training programs, sponsorships, and social media earnings, he skipped the prenup entirely. His reason was simple. He said he fully trusts her. He doubled down on this in follow-up explanations.
I hope you signed the prenup. No, I have not.
Hope you signed a prenup.
Somebody's asking me if I signed the prenup. I'm like, I have not.
Funny, I did bring it up a couple times early on, but I decided not to go forward with that. I trust her.
He emphasized that the decision came from a genuine belief in the strength of their relationship. Djokovic also defended the choice against critics online. She pushed back on people who called it risky or naive. The revelation went viral. Clips spread across X, Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. The reactions were polarized, but mostly skeptical and concerned. Many fans called it a huge red flag. They said he was naive and setting himself up for disaster. Comments referenced the other drama. People connected her attraction comments and the Rampage clip to the no prenup situation. Phrases like, "We all know how this will end," and "She won LOL City Girls" up on this one spread through comment sections. Some fans expressed genuine concern for Larry. They pointed to his past struggles with poverty, steroid regrets, and emotional openness. They urged him to be careful. Others were less sympathetic. They mocked the decision and compared it to not having car insurance. A smaller group defended the choice. They argued prenups are not always needed if wealth was built together or if trust is real. Some speculated Larry might have assets protected in trusts or other ways, but these voices were drowned out by the wave of criticism. The no prenup revelation, combined with the attraction comments, created a perfect storm of internet outrage. Fans flooded comment sections with divorce predictions and warnings. Memes of Larry looking humiliated spread everywhere, and the drama was only getting started, because there was more that Isabella said on those streams, and what she admitted about money would make things even worse. Djokovic says she would not date Larry without his wealth in her past relationships. The live stream continued, and Larry kept asking questions he probably should not have asked. He wanted to know if Djokovic would love him without his money and status. He wanted to know if she would have dated him initially if he had nothing. Her answers made the internet lose its mind. Djokovic admitted straight up that she would not have started dating Larry if he were broke. She clarified that she would stay with him now if he lost everything. That part showed some loyalty after commitment, but she made it clear she would not have begun the relationship without financial stability from the start.
Oh. Would you still love me if I had no money and status?
Yes, I would love you. But if somebody asked me, oh, would I start a relationship with you from the beginning if you had no money? The answer is no, I would not date somebody without money.
Her exact words hit hard. She said she dated once a brokey. She said she lost 4 years of her life. She framed it as practical realism rather than being shallow. She said she prioritizes a partner who can provide security from the beginning, but she acknowledged his current success made him appealing. This was not some vague hint. She elaborated directly in response to his questions. The live audience watched the whole thing unfold.
But if it happened for him to lose money now, I would be 100% there and support him and help him out to get that bread up.
Dean, good looks again. You're that guy. So what you're saying, if I didn't have money and status and I approached you, I would have gotten left on scene.
Yes.
Or maybe an unopened message in your DM.
Yes. I dated once a brokey, lost 4 years in my relationship of my life on a brokey and never again.
Larry looked visibly hurt, humiliated, and uncomfortable. His facial expressions shifted from curious to pained. Fans described a death stare. They saw him looking down, tensing up, and emotionally deflating. He did not explode or argue, but his distress was obvious. Awkward silences and forced smiles turning to frowns told the story. This moment stacked on top of everything else. The rock comment, the Rampage glances, the no prenup. Now this. It felt like each stream brought something new that made Larry look worse. Shortly after the stream, Larry posted footage from a rage room. This is a facility where people pay to smash objects to vent frustration. The clips show him in a graffiti-covered venue wearing protective gear, a helmet, a jumpsuit, a sledgehammer in his hands. He destroyed everything in sight. Tires, stacks of objects, random debris. He kicked things over. He threw items. He swung that sledgehammer with everything he had. The intensity was clear. He was sweaty, focused, and exerting maximum effort effort. Viral titles framed it as him letting it all out. The clip said things like, after his supermodel wife admits she finds other guys attractive and she would not be with him if he was not rich. No dialogue in most clips, but the timing and intensity made the connection obvious. This was as a man releasing pent-up anger from feeling disrespected. Fan reactions called her statement a major red flag. People used words like disrespectful, gold-digging vibes, humiliation ritual, and transactional. Common comments included huge red flag, gotta get rid of her ASAP. Others said she belongs to the streets. People told Larry to run. They said it was over. They said pray for Larry. Many claimed she thinks she is the prize and predicted the relationship would not end well. Influencer HS Tiki advised Larry to divorce her. He warned she might end up cheating on him based on her admissions. The clip spread widely, with people debating whether the warning was fair or premature. Now, who exactly is Shayla Djokovic? Her background adds context to this whole situation. Although there is very limited information about her, Djokovic, a Serbian citizen, was born in 1992. Her exact date of birth remains out of the public's grasp. However, she has remained a constant in Larry's life for some time. Larry met her during his training at a gym. They both connected based on their love for fitness and strength training. Consequently, they ended up talking about workouts and their fitness goals. The gym became a place for friendship and smiles. Yet it was this simple meeting that changed their lives. Before her marriage to Larry, she wasn't entirely noted for anything major, but sources confirmed that she had built a good record in her fitness journey in the industry, with her focus being on health and wellness. Via her Instagram page, she loves the soft life, as she spends time relaxing and enjoying getaways while teasing her followers with her T-body. Since her marriage to Larry Wheels in late 2025 or early 2026, no confirmed romantic links to other men have been reported. The recent viral speculation about Rampage Jackson and The Rock comments remain just that, speculation based on livestream moments. No actual affairs or new partners have been alleged with evidence, but there is another layer to this whole situation. Larry's infertility is not just a random medical issue. It came directly from choices he made during his career. Larry has been extremely open about how long-term heavy steroid use caused his permanent infertility. He began using steroids as a teenager around age 17. He escalated to high doses, including up to 1,200 milligrams of testosterone weekly plus compounds like trenbolone, dianabol, and prohormones. This prolonged exposure shut down his natural testosterone production. His testes no longer produce testosterone on their own. This led to what doctors call azoospermia. That means no sperm in his semen. Natural conception became impossible without medical intervention. Larry has been vocal about regretting his steroid use. He described steroids as initially an escape from self-doubt, but later he called them a massive mistake and living hell. He talked about the side effects of trenbolone, including paranoia, depression, lethargy, muscle cramps, low libido, and intestinal issues. In 2022, he announced stopping full steroids indefinitely. He called it exciting to test his natural limits, despite knowing the consequences. But he relapsed in 2024 for bodybuilding and business reasons. Then, he quit again. He labeled it a cowardly decision made from the wrong place. In interviews, he urges young lifters to avoid shortcuts. He says the risks are real and the commitment is lifelong. He emphasizes reflection and resilience. He shares why he started including his troubled childhood and lack of support, but he deeply regrets the dependency, side effects, and health toll. Larry is now on lifelong testosterone replacement therapy. He started TRT in 2022 at 175 milligrams per week. He describes this as on the higher side of a natural healthy male in his prime. He gets regular blood work to monitor his levels. He reports consistent mood, faster recovery, maintained strength and muscle, better joint resilience, and an overall healthier feel compared to abusive cycles. He views TRT as sustainable for long-term progress. As of 2026, he continues this regimen with no major changes. But Larry's journey to this point was anything but smooth. His life story involves tragedy, triumph, and controversy, including serious allegations from his past that many fans have not forgotten. Larry Wheels' troubled past and the 2019 abuse allegations. Larry Wheels was not born into the fitness world. He clawed his way up from circumstances that would have broken most people. Understanding where he came from explains a lot about the man he became and the mistakes he made along the way. Larry Williams was born on December 3rd, 1994 in Manhattan, New York. He grew up in an environment marked by poverty, instability, and trauma. His father abandoned the family when Larry was just 1 year old. His mother faced constant financial struggles. A physical altercation between his mother and her boyfriend led to Larry being placed in foster care at age 6. He bounced between foster homes and rough neighborhoods in New York City. He often walked through dangerous areas just to get to school. Bullying was a constant presence in his life. There was no stability, no support system, just survival. At age 12, Larry moved to the Caribbean island of St. Martin to reunite with his mother, who had temporarily lost custody. Bored and still facing bullies, he started training with whatever he could find. His first barbell was homemade, cinder blocks attached to a broomstick. That is where the legend began.
13 years old. That with bullying, self-esteem, I was getting to see my ribcage showing, and training would build my self-esteem so that I can stop taking shit from the bullies.
Training became his escape. It gave him confidence, protection, purpose. He eventually returned to New York City and later relocated to Los Angeles for his career. By his late teens, he realized he was the strongest person in any gym he walked into. He committed fully to fitness as his path forward. This is also when he started using steroids, around age 16 to 18. He later described it as replacing one vice with another. The alcohol and drugs from his troubled upbringing traded for anabolic steroids. He saw it as a way to build strength quickly and achieve a comic book hero physique. He did not fully understand what he was sacrificing. Larry exploded onto the scene in the mid-2000s through Instagram and YouTube. He posted mind-blowing lifts that blended powerlifting, bodybuilding aesthetics, and strongman elements. His strength numbers were insane. He set world records for the total combined squat, bench, and deadlift in 3 different weight classes. He benched over 700 pounds raw in training. His deadlifts and squats went viral. He was not just a powerlifter. He competed professionally in bodybuilding with the IFBB Pro League. He entered strongman events. He even tried arm wrestling. His physique was massive, shredded, and functional. A true jack of all trades in strength sports. His social media following grew into the millions. He built a brand with supplement lines, training programs, apparel, and sponsorships. But success brought scrutiny, and in 2019, Larry faced allegations that threatened everything he had built. In July 2019, his then-girlfriend of 5 years, Chelsea King, posted a YouTube video accusing him of physical, mental, emotional, and narcissistic abuse.
As you can see, I'm clearly not in a gym. I'm making a video in regards to my past relationship with Larry.
She also alleged infidelity with both men and women throughout their relationship. She shared audio recordings where Larry could be heard yelling aggressively. She claimed the abuse escalated over time and that she had stayed despite knowing about the cheating.
In my relationship with him for years, and that is abuse, and I mean that's abuse across the board. Physical, mental, emotional, and narcissistic abuse with this person. Starting with the cheating aspect.
The allegations divided the fitness community. Some believed Chelsea immediately, others demanded more evidence. Influencer Kenny Ko initially amplified her claims but later apologized for jumping to conclusions amid backlash. Larry responded in his own video, denying all accusations point by point. He stated he had never been unfaithful or physically abusive. He attributed the recordings to heated arguments that any couple might have. He claimed he had evidence to support his side of the story. No legal actions resulted from the allegations. No charges were filed. The couple split. Kenny Ko apologized for his earlier coverage. The scandal eventually faded from the headlines, but it left a mark on Larry's reputation that some fans never forgot. This is completely unrelated to his current marriage to Isabella Guedes, but it shows a pattern of relationship drama that has followed Larry throughout his public life. The themes repeat: accusations, public fallout, denials, and eventually moving on to the next chapter. So what is Larry Wheels doing now in early 2026? He remains active in fitness, focusing on training, content creation, and business. Recent updates show him bulking heavily. He has posted about being around 290 pounds and aiming for 320 pounds while on TRT. He shares posing videos, workouts, and progress updates regularly. He appears to be returning to his powerlifting roots. There have been mentions of 2026 plans, including induction events like Galleon Strength alumni and Hall of Fame recognition. He has been collaborating with other strength athletes and training intensely. His social media remains active with millions of followers. He posts about meet and greets at expos like the 2026 Music City Fit Expo. He has appeared with brands like Boohoo Man at events like FIBO. He continues sharing motivational content about his steroid regrets, resilience stories, and warnings to young lifters. His personal life remains in the spotlight. The marriage to Shayla Djokovic continues despite all the viral drama. No separation announcements have been made, no divorce filings reported, but the internet remains convinced something is going to happen. The no prenup situation, combined with all her public admissions, has fans watching and waiting. Larry's journey from foster care to world records to internet fame to relationship chaos is one of the wildest rides in fitness history. He sacrificed his fertility for gains. He faced abuse allegations and survived. He built an empire and found love. Whether that love survives what happened on those live streams remains to be seen. The bodybuilding world loves a comeback story, but they also love drama. And right now, Larry Wheels is serving up plenty of both. The Rage Room footage says everything about where his head is at. A man who can deadlift over 800 pounds is reduced to smashing tires with a sledgehammer because of what his wife said on camera. Some fans still believe in them. Most think it is only a matter of time. Either way, Larry Wheels remains one of the most talked about names in fitness, for his strength, for his honesty, and now for his marriage that the whole internet is betting against. Thanks for watching, folks. If you liked this video and would want to stay up to date with content such as this, click on the cards showing on the screen.